Welcome to our show, where we explore the origins of democracy and how it has evolved over time. Today, we are going to dive into the depths of history and uncover the surprising connection between the ancient Rig Vedas and modern democracy. Are you ready to learn something new? Let's go! Did you know that the concept of democracy can be tracked back to ancient India? The Rig Vedas, one of the oldest texts in the world, contains principles that are strikingly similar to those of modern democracy. So, where did this idea came from and how has it evolved over time? The Rig Vedas, written around more than 2700 to 2100 BCE, are a collection of hymns and other sacred texts that form the foundation of Hinduism. But what many people don't know is that they also contain principles that are fundamental to democracy. For example, the Rig Vedas emphasize the importance of collective decision making, in which the community as a whole is involved in making important decisions. This is similar to the concept of majority rule, which is a cornerstone of modern democracy. The Rig Veda is one of the oldest texts of humanity. It's written in Sanskrit and it's considered as a sacred text of Hinduism. It contains hymns, prayers, and religious rituals. The Rig Veda is also considered as the foundation of the Indian civilization. The concept of democracy is present in Rig Veda in the form of Sabha and Samiti, which are the two forms of assemblies where decisions are taken by people collectively. The Sabha was a smaller assembly made up of the heads of households, while the Samiti was a larger assembly of all the people of the community. In these assemblies, people had the right to take decisions and express their opinions. They were open to all and the leader was elected by the people. The Rig Veda also talks about the concept of Raja, which means king. The king is seen as a servant of the people and not their ruler. He is responsible for the protection of the people and prevention of justice. The king's role is not absolute, but is limited by the people's assembly. In the Rig Veda, the king is accountable to the people and can be removed from power if he fails to fulfill his duties. The Rig Veda also talks about the concept of dharma, which means righteousness. Dharma is the principle that guides the actions of the king and the people. It's based on truth, justice, and morality. The king and the people are expected to follow dharma. If they fail to do so, they can be removed from power. I know what you're thinking, but wait, isn't Hinduism an autocracy, where the king makes all the decisions? Well, not exactly. The Rig Vedas also talk about the importance of the king being accountable to the people and acting in their best interests. So, you could say that the ancient Indians were ahead of time when it came to democratic principles. Let's take a quick poll. Raise your hands if you knew that the concept of democracy has roots in the Rig Vedas. Wow, not many of you. But that's why we are here, to learn and be surprised by the connections history has to offer. As an Indian, I always knew that democracy is an important part of our culture, but I never realized just how deep those roots go. It's fascinating to think about how principles that were written thousands of years ago are still relevant today. Let's take the United States as an example. The founding fathers were heavily influenced by the ancient Greek concepts of democracy. But did you know that the ancient Indian concept of collective decision making also played a role in the formation of the US government? The idea of a representative democracy where citizens elect leaders to make decisions on their behalf has its roots in the Rig Vedas. It's amazing to think that principles that were developed in ancient India have had such a profound impact on the world we live in today. So, what can we learn from this? That democracy is not a new idea, but one that has evolved over time. And that by understanding the origins of democracy, we can better appreciate and protect this fundamental right in our own societies. Let's take a moment to reflect on the power of history and the connections that bind us all together. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. Don't forget to tune in next time when we'll be exploring another fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious and stay informed. I really appreciate you all tuning in to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content like this in the future.